7 years ago, 11 black students as young as 8 years old were arrested in Rutherford County, Tennessee. Why? Well, because they didn't stop a fight between other students. And this was not an isolated incident. For nearly 20 years, Rutherford County illegally jailed hundreds, maybe even thousands of children. One of those children grew up to be a lawyer and started asking how these arrests were allowed to happen. That led to an investigation by ProPublica and WPLN Nashville Public Radio called the Kids of Rutherford County. That investigation is now the subject of a podcast in partnership with the New York Times. Joining me now is Meribah Knight. She is a Peabody Award-winning reporter for Nashville Public Radio. She's also the host of the Kids of Rutherford County podcast. Meribah, it's so good to see you. Take me back to 2016. I want to understand this case. 11 black children were arrested. What was the justification for this?
Yeah, so what happened was there was a video that had been posted online. It was taken by a student, a young kid, and it was really kind of a skirmish. It was a after-school kind of scuffle that was seen by a police officer. And once that video was seen by a police officer, she decided to investigate and charge every single one of the kids who was in the video, except for the two youngest who were actually kind of part of the skirmish. They were just 5 and 6 years old, so they were too young to charge, but everyone else got charged for not stepping in to stop the fight. They were rounded up over the course of a couple days, many of them at school, some put in handcuffs, some of them were kept overnight and all weekend, and ultimately that incident is what really was the tip of the iceberg that led me down this kind of rabbit hole into this story.
The idea of arresting someone for not stopping a fight, I know we've seen this in other places like Nevada, these sort of Good Samaritan laws where they say, if something awful is happening, you can't just do nothing. But it seems, one, to be somewhat problematic as a form of public policy, and two, often selectively applied.
Yeah, this was really the policy of this county. What we talk about in the podcast and in the story is that this was a county that had really been making its own rules when it came to juvenile justice. And they were extreme. They were sucking in tons of kids, wrongfully arresting them, wrongfully jailing them. And while this county is an outlier in my reporting, it treated kids like a lot of places do, which is not just as children that could be rehabilitated, but as children that are criminals. And in this case, what was most egregious about this arrest of 11 children is that the charge that they charged these kids with, criminal responsibility for conduct of another, which was essentially you're responsible for not stepping in, it wasn't actually a real charge. The officer got it wrong. It's a theory of prosecution. It's not an actual charge. So in the end, these kids, all the charges were dropped. But underneath that arrest was years of policy under this judge and this jailer that had been wrongfully and illegally arresting and jailing children for years.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me about that judge that you just referenced, right? Because, there were many similar cases. They all connected to the one judge. Judge. How did he contribute to the outcome of the cases?
So this, it was a judge, Judge Donna Scott Davenport was her name. And this is a story of a county that elected their juvenile court judge in 2000, the year they established the juvenile court. And she remained in power through the initial reporting of my series until I put out one story with ProPublica, and they got a lot of flack for her, being in that position. But at any rate, she had been there for 21 years, and she had consolidated lots of power, and she oversaw the court, she oversaw the jail. Essentially, everything came under her. She approved all the policies, she approved the jail's policies, and when one person controls everything and that one person decides to flout the law, everyone else seems to follow.
Wow. And I got to say, my sexism had me presuming that the judge would be a guy, also because men usually screw this stuff up. What's been the fallout from the investigation? I mean, no one's been fired, right?
So This podcast is a continuation of my reporting. I first came out with a story in 2021, and after that story came out, there was a fair amount of fallout. 11 members of Congress wrote a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland to investigate Rutherford County. They wanted the DOJ involved. The governor of Tennessee, Bill Lee, called for a review of Judge Davenport, and two members of our state legislature filed a resolution to oust the judge. It was after that resolution was filed that she announced that she was going to step back and retire and not seek re-election that summer. But the jailer, who some of the most problematic policies came under, she is still running the Juvenile Detention Center in Rutherford County. So the first iteration
How is that
of my
possible?
reporting, good question. I explore that in the podcast. I wonder, now that this has all come to light, there's been 7 lawsuits, 2 federal injunctions, 2 class action lawsuits all around this court and this jail. Yet the person who has run it the longest for the last 21 years is still in power.
That is absolutely nuts. I don't even know what to say. The fact that you've done this reporting is extraordinary. The investigation will continue in one form or fashion. And the podcast now adds another layer to this story. And so I encourage everybody to check out the podcast, because this is not just a story of singular injustice. I think it's a microcosm of many of the problems we have in the criminal legal system all around this country. And Meribah, that's why your reporting is so important. And that's probably why you win those Peabodys. Anyway, everybody, the first 2 episodes of The Kids of Rutherford County premieres Thursday, October 26th. Parts 3 and 4 will air the following 2 Thursdays.